Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. David Pendleton here. I'm going to play my qualifying round here, pre-recorded but live, obviously, as I'm talking to you before I play. It could get a little bit noisy in the background as we are having some work done to our house. But you'll notice yesterday that I didn't put hole number 9 in the videos. It's because I was bumping up against my time to go to work, and work was absolutely crazy yesterday. I tried to rush hole number 9, and I drove the sand once, and I drove the rough, I believe. So hole number 9 was kind of a bust, so I decided to just forfeit it out on this account at least, and just play today. So I'm just going to roll through these holes, see how we do, and then take a different path here on hole number 1 probably. So hole number 1 yesterday, I did the right-hand side, and that's because I'm used to that pin location being on the right-hand side of the green. But now with the pin location being on the left-hand side of the green, I'm going to try to take this approach from the left-hand side here. We're going to go with a katana and see if we can't get ourselves into chip range shot here on hole 1. I do want to give people a heads up, though, that my Thursdays are going to become a little bit different with my real job. Thursdays, I may not be able to do content for the opening round, so I might just be doing qualifying round and final round content for a little while, and then hopefully pick Thursday rounds back up as time goes on. But starting this Thursday, I'm going to do my best to get some holes out there. I just don't know how many I will get done, as I am in charge of some new responsibilities at my real job now. So it's good for me for those responsibilities with my career development. It's just bad for the Golf Clash community because, I know obviously that's an important day to get qualified. And then it's never worth my time to make content on Friday because the amount of views you get is just very little because most people try to knock out their rounds early. So it wouldn't be advantageous enough for me to make content on Fridays in that situation. So, but anyways, I'll do the best that I can. I just want to give people some ideas of what I got going on in my real life. But let's see here how we can do on hole number 1. So 4-3 is probably going to be 2.2, right? 2.1, close enough. We're just going to go 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right here. Obviously, if you have an extra mile level 9, you got the advantage to have a little bit more top spin, which you could probably use on this hole. 2.1 rings, good enough. We'll do a little OP mixed with a little bit of right curl, see if we can sneak this ball under the trees. And like I said, try to get ourselves within a chip-in range here, which we're going to have absolutely no problem doing. So this is a really good way to play the hole. We'll play this next shot 20% elevation using the end bringer rule. So if you're not familiar with the end bringer rule, I will definitely help you out with that. Okay, end bringer rule means we're going to zoom out on the screen. We're going to stretch out our club right until it turns into the thorn, so right here. We're going to look at the pin location and relative to our ball guideline, and I would say that starting from my picture to the pin is about 60% of our overall ball guideline. So we're going to go with no spin, put the ball directly to the hole, 4.1 mile per hour. We're going to change the slider to 60% since that's what we're going to eyeball the guess at. And you always play the mid-distance number. So we're going to pull 2.8 rings here. Okay, so here I'm going to pull back, hopefully hit a perfect ball and get this ball into the hole. We do hit perfect, so we will drop it. Dead center of the cup, easy stuff. All right, so hole number 1, pretty easy eagle overall to start off this tournament. And that'll leave us here for hole number 2. Hole number 2 was kind of a dangerous shot that I took yesterday. It's going to be that Navigator and the Grizzly. So we got our Grizzly, we got our Navigator. I got to check my own notes. We played at 15% at mid. So we're going to use the middle number here. And then I'm just looking at my own replay off my phone to see where I aimed. So 3.6 mile per hour. We aimed in that vertical dark green row, kind of pointing to the right-hand side of the pin. Okay, let's give it a shot. I'm not going to practice, just going to go right into it and see what happens. All right. So hopefully this shot works out. But it's a little bit dangerous because we're going over the sand twice. So we got to avoid the sand at the first bounce and then avoid it on the back end bounce. But here we have the lowest wind you can get with the Navigator. So I'm not going to aim as left-hand or as right-hand side as I did yesterday. I'll try here. Hopefully we don't miss to the right. So it's 15% at mid is 2.3 rings. Try to get that arrow going as north as possible. Well, we do hit perfect, so let's see what happens. Over the sand again. There we go, boom, for the hole in one. Nice, so that's going to be a good shot there. So that's nice that I hit it at 3.6 yesterday and then also hit it at 2.2 mile per hour today as well. So that's huge. This is one reason I would just love to have no opponents in tournaments. You know, I would love just to hit my shot, get the hole in one, and then move on to hole number 3. We could probably be close to teeing off on hole number 3 right now, which would save me a lot of time as a content creator, which is just would be huge, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. All right, so -4 through 2 holes. We will take that. This will bring us over here to hole number 3. This is where, okay, I went with the slice, but I kind of messed up the slice yesterday. I drove it into the rough on one of my accounts. So we're going to try to do it a little bit differently here today. We're going to play the same landing position, but instead of going 6 top, like I did yesterday in the video, I put reduce it to 5 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right, and then full slice. So let's see what happens. Feels like it's taken a long time to find opponents today. Normally you get, you know, this long time when it comes to practice shots. But right now this is a really long time for a real opponent. Okay, so we're going to go 5 top, 3 right. We're going to do that. We're going to go way over here, put our red ring. Let me figure this out. When I put the red ring at, okay, so red ring at the rough when I'm resting. So not at max, just like that. Okay. Full OP, full right curl, full slice. Camera angle looks good, so we hit the fairway, we roll up. And this is good. So you see here, we're going to stop perfectly on the fairway by reducing that top spin. So far, so good on all this stuff. All right, so our opponent using a money ball here. They went for a blast shot too. And they got a nice camera angle, but they might go, oh, they did not get a good camera angle. I lied. They got the sand camera angle. That's no fun. All right, so now let's see what can happen here on shot number 2. We're going to play at 0%. 4.5, that's the highest win you can get. We're going to play it mid. So I'm going to go 2 back, I think. I'm going to go with just a sliver of left side spin. I didn't get a chance to dial this in yesterday due to landing in the rough, but let's see if I can get this one in. 1-9. Like I said, it might be a little bit loud because we are having some work done on the house. Or hit another perfect ball, which is always clutch. Ooh, we're going to burn the right edge of the cup. So, darn, just a little bit more side spin to the left would have been nice to have there. But that's okay. We're still going to be -6 through the first 3 holes. Again, it's just a qualifying round, so it's not like the score really matters too much. It's more about round 2 where we try to pump up that score for those tiebreakers. Hole 4, I just can't stand. It's that weird par 3, that bounce over shot. But I play at 20%. At minimum distance with a P1 ball. So we're getting ready for hole 4 already. Again, I'm just trying to fly through this tournament. I'm taking no practice shots. I'm just playing as if I'm watching my own replays and my own advice from yesterday. Kind of putting myself in your shoes, so to speak. Now, especially if you're playing in the second round and the final round, it's still, you know, a benefit to you to use practice tokens on important holes because, you know, you want to make sure that if I pick up a hole in 1 and 4.2 mile per hour wind and you don't practice and you get hit with 2.3 mile per hour wind, you know, if I don't have that wind strength as well, it's always good for you to practice a shot to know how the ball plays. So, but in the qualifying round, you know, I suggest you keep your balls and you keep your practice tokens. But obviously right now with -60 the first 3 holes, I should have no problem qualifying. And we still got some drops out there to hit. This is a tougher drop. I got lucky by dropping this one yesterday. Sometimes better to be lucky than good though, right? You're really dangerous if you can be both good and lucky. But again, back to this. How long is it going to take to find opponents in real mode? Come on, Playdemic. Let's go, baby. It's too much wasted time. Hope I go first. Nope. This guy's got some nice bling here. He's got a full 18 silver expert, tier 2. Oh, going for the rough bump. That is not a shot that I thought about on this hole yesterday. I'm not sure how consistent that rough bump plays, though. I know I tried in the past, and it's a weird rollout sometimes. Maybe the new hole location has helped that, though. I didn't even cross my mind because I'm so used to not wanting to play that shot on this hole. Let's just see what happens here. I'm not expecting to make this, to be honest. This is probably just pick up a birdie and go to the next hole type of situation. But another perfect shot here. Well, close, but All right, so now we're going to go into the next hole. Which one is this one? Oh, yeah, I hit an albatross here yesterday twice. So it'd be nice to pick up a couple perfect shots and do that again. Let's switch over here to this ball. Play the drive at 0, and shot number 2 we played at 10% max. All right, so we're going to go with this like this. 1.8 rings, 4 top, half left. We're going to aim with our red ring over here on the rough line, just like that. Playing the right-hand side of the top fairway intentionally. There's a spot we like to land here on this hole. It was really clutch in the old hole location, so we're trying to do the same here. And we're going to go with a tad left curl, just like this. Okay, perfect ball. We're going to change it to 10% because we know we're going to be landing on the fairway. Just like that. And we're going to go 1.5 backspin, ball guideline to the hole, hopefully hit perfect. And hopefully pick up an albatross. Hopefully. I will say there's a lot of sickness going on around right now. My daughter, who's in college now, she's going to college to be a school teacher. She's working as a teacher's assistant at a local school, which is a really good job for her at her age. That will help her with her career. They had a massive outbreak of sickness. And so that was last Thursday. She got sick. And now my wife has missed the last 2 days of work because she is super ill. I'm just hoping. See, I have a really bad immune system, which a lot of people don't know because I had something happen to me about 10 years ago that went improperly treated by the hospital just because they never had a case of it before. It was a very small hospital. And because of that, the specialist said that my immune system will never be strong. So I know people who've been following me for a long time know that I get sick quite often. That's anytime I'm around a large group of people, especially this day and age, I'm prone to getting sick. So I'm just praying that I don't get sick from them. Perfect ball. I don't like the way this one was lined up, though. I feel like it was lined up a little incorrectly. It didn't feel right, and I'm going to miss it to the right, which is where I thought was going to happen. I don't know what it was about the shot, but it felt like it was going to miss that way. I was getting a little bit of a glitchy ball guideline compared to yesterday. I think what I should have done is I should have added a little bit more backspin to the shot, but I was talking and playing at the same time, which may not seem like too big of a deal, especially when you've been doing it as long as I have, but sometimes you do get scatterbrained. But that's okay. We'll pick up the eagle. We'll move on to the next hole, which is an easy eagle as long as we hit the drive perfect. Get in the hole. Nope. But, I am starting to get a little bit of a cough. It kind of got a little irritated throat when I swallow, and that's not good because I've got 2 meetings that I need to host on Thursday, which is going to pull me away from making content a little bit. So, and they're super important meetings for my job. So, I just cannot afford to miss those. Period. But it's not like I can show up to a customer's business clearly sick, because they're not going to appreciate that. That's not professional. You used to be able to get away with stuff like that, but that's kind of people's perceptions have changed over the past couple years. Yeah, Tailwind here. I think I played it with the Titan yesterday, but let's just see if we can just play it right back with our Katana, just like we did on hole 1. I think they're kind of similar wind angles too. I don't know what's going on with Golf Clash this week. I know they put out a notice that hole 1 and hole 6 were basically going to be the same, but which it is, which is fine. I mean, I really don't care. But I don't know if they kept the same wind angle or not. I didn't really pay attention. I think hole 1 was like a crosswind left or right with a little bit of tailwind. Well, I guess I got the replay right here. Yeah, it's basically perfect crosswind left to right. So let's see what this is here. Same wind angle. Okay, cool. Well, that'll make it easier. So we'll just go right underneath those trees again. I know a great shot is no good on this setup, though, as it happened to me yesterday in practice once. Of course, I jinxed myself. Well, I hit a great left yesterday. I don't know what will happen to great right here, but I got a bad camera angle. It's going to hit the tree, rough, sand. Yep. Go figure. Go figure. I jinxed myself. Way to go, David. Look at this ball. To each their own. I just could never justify using a money ball in rookie or pro qualifying rounds. You have 3 days to qualify. You easily qualify with any free-to-play ball on your holes. So again, I'm not knocking what people do. I definitely don't have the extra income to play the game like that. If you do, more power to you, but you could still just save them. You know, you can still easily save them. Crappy great shot too, so that means I got no chance to drop this. Bet that would have been in with the perfect. Okay, that's all right. We move on to the next hole, which is a tough one to pick up the hole-in-one on. I know that I did not get it yesterday on that rough bump. See, I'm trying to get this little nagging cough. Here we go. That's a crappy one to for me to miss that particular hole there. That one sucks. That should be an automatic eagle. But like I said, you got to hit a perfect drive, or else left hand, great left puts you in the rough sand. Great right put me into the sand there too. So our opponent here is going from the rough bump from the left-hand side, which is a little bit different. See how they get it lined up. I'm always open to stealing shots if they look good. We're going with a rough bump from the right-hand side. All right. So now they're going to switch the gears and they're going to go to the right-hand side, which is how we're going to play it. And for me, I was trying to wiggle my target to get that ball guideline condensed to the hole. You can see that their ball guideline is going beyond the hole and sloping down to the left quite a bit. I don't know if they're going to have time to get their shot off. They're really pressing up against the shot clock here. 0. Wow. Okay. I know that when I hit 0, I'm out of time, so that's a little wild. You guys all saw that, right? They set on 0 for probably 2 or 3 seconds and still got to get their shot off. That's a little weird. All right, so yesterday in 2.2 mile per hour went on my replay. You remember I missed this one pin high. All right, let's just go right here and see what happens, everybody. Perfect ball this time. Wish I had a perfect ball in the last hole. Oh my, it's literally just like I said in my video yesterday. If you watched my video yesterday, I told you that if I didn't aim pin high, I was missing underneath the hole and just by a freaking hair. And that's exactly what we saw here. I mean, literally word for word in my video yesterday, I talked about how many times I missed my shot just like that. Wow, that's crazy, man. Ah, that's so frustrating. Funny. All right. So from a good start to this kind of mediocre success here. All right, let's see what we can do here on hole number 8, which is going to be a short par 4. But again, you got to hit perfect typically. I'm going to go with the Titan ball here. Still taking forever to find an opponent. Any day now, Golf Clash. This is wild. All right, so 3.5, 5 top, 2 right. Kind of stretch it till we find that right there. Oh, gosh, darn it, David. What are you doing all of a sudden? Am I going to get away with it? 2. Okay. Stop. Nice. Okay, got away with it. Our opponent here going with the Berserker. The advantage of the Berserker here is you don't have to count your rings of overpower when you're doing the drive. You can just put the ball, the last bounce, on the rough line, adjust properly, hit a perfect ball properly, and everything else will take care of itself. Don't even need the right curl in this situation. Again, sorry about the background noise. We're having some work done to the house. But 1 bounce, 2 bounce, clip the rough, and roll out. Perfect shot by our opponent. Okay. We'll just kind of go with, we'll just go this way right here. Shouldn't have to do anything too fancy on this hole. From the fringe anyways. All right, so our opponent will be in, and then we'll be moving on to the final hole, hole number 9, which, like I said yesterday, I messed up. So we will try again today. And I'm not going to practice it. I'm just going to dive right back into it. If I mess it up, I mess it up. But let's hope that's not the case. Big scores. Big scores in the tournament. We'll switch to a katana here too. Okay. So what happened yesterday was that fairway up here rolls fast. It's a little bit deceiving. Maybe I did use a katana, or maybe I should go with a Titan. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go like 2.5 backspin here. I'm a little nervous yesterday from rolling into that rough at the top. So 1-9. Perfect ball. Should leave us for shot number 2 with a sniper. 1 bounce. 2 bounce. Okay. You see what I mean? Like, the ball guideline on my drive was way further down on this little circular fairway, and that ball landed high and rolled to the top part of the fairway, so super deceiving. But anyways, we'll take a shot here now with the sniper, and we know worst case scenario, well, it should be worst case scenario, will be a -15. And we'll be moving on to the next round. But a -15 using yesterday's notes and no practice tokens. Not bad, especially considering that I messed up hole number 6, which is a short par 4, which you'll have to eagle on both holes, 1 and 6, in order to win this tournament for sure. So I can't afford to make that mistake in the final round. Our opponent using a rock there could be a good option to use, accuracy-wise. Okay, now this green slopes weird, right? Yeah. Ooh, can we go grizzly? Is that an option here? I would really like to use a grizzly instead of the sniper if that's an option. Let's try. Just for fun. Inconsistent roll here. Don't like that. Look at that. We'll try that. We'll just pull 3.5, see what happens. This is typically what I do when I use my practice tokens, and then I dial in from there. Perfect shot, so we'll see how this ball reacts on the green. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, roll. Oh, wow, okay, so it comes in way to the right-hand side. So, what I would do there is adjust the ball guideline and maybe try to use that slope to my advantage and aim more left and see if we can get that ball to curve into the hole. Let's see what our opponent does here. Opponent's got a ton of bling, so maybe they got this one that they're dialing in. Yeah, see now how they're using the left-hand side of the green to curve the ball towards the hole. So, it was very clear after watching my replay that's what we need to do, and now they're zooming in to get a good look at it. They're aiming short of the pin, too, so I'm not sure if this is something they've already practiced and this is their idea to dial it in based off maybe how they missed with a practice token or two. They're taking their time on their pool. I'd say that was like a click of overpower, but they took it off. Pretty normal shot here. Perfect ball. So let's see how our opponent does. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, left-hand side of the green, coming in. I knew it, dude. Oh, no. Wow, that's unlucky. All right, everybody, that is it. That's 9 holes in the books. Hopefully you found the video helpful. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate all the members to the channel. Definitely fuel to keep me going here on YouTube, which I'll be honest, over the past couple months, especially during my vacation, reflecting on the time that it takes to do this for what is compensated. Thought about throwing in the towel, but I'm just not there yet. I'll probably make a video on it to explain it, later. But anyways, minus 15 on this one. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you do so. Look at that. Taint. Taint crushed it. All right, everybody. Thanks.